if you are able to understand, if what I'm about to say clicks like this, you're able to relate, it means that you now have the sight to see the infinite version of yourself that you can create. You now have the power to create different version of yourself, different experiences. You have the sight, you have the power, you have the awareness and the knowledge to change your life. Now, to be able to change your life, to be able to change yourself from one version to another version based on what you desire, first of all, you have to understand the world that you're living in before you're able to understand the life that you live in that particular world. So to be able to change your life, you need to understand that the world that you live in is a system. We live in a systematic world. A system is a set of interconnected parts or components that works together hand in hand. They work together to produce a certain kind of result, a certain kind of aftermath. For that to be able to happen, to have a particular result, you have to set up a system. And those systems, we have different parts that plays different roles, but all of them have one mission, one goal, to make a particular result come to pass, come to, at the final mass. That is what a system is. So let's get the key words. A system is a set of interconnected parts or components that works hand in hand to produce what? A certain result. So I just want you to understand how all this affects who you are or who you were, because now we're about to change who you were to who you want to become. So I want you to understand who you were, so now you can be able to understand how to change who you were to who you want to become. So that is a system. Now let me give you guys a brief example of a system so you understand how to now start breaking down the system that you live in or that you have been taught. Example of a system: when it comes to a computer, let's use computer now. You know that computer is made up of the hardwares. My computer is here, should I show you? The hardwares are the ones that you can see. Okay, all this thing here, the ones you can see, these are the hardware of my system. And it doesn't just have the hardwares, it has the softwares, the ones that you cannot see, the applications. The software and the hardware comes together to make up a computer system. And that is a system. What are that system? Let's talk about humans, okay? Our whole body works as a system. There is a system in place making this body works the way it works. The nervous system, the respiratory system, for you to be able to even eat, the food you eat will be converted or transformed into energy, and you're able to use that energy, like that. It's a circle. It's because of the system that we have as humans. Other animals too have their system. Other living things have their system, but I'm using the human being because I'm human. Right now, my consciousness is identifying as a human. I don't know if you get that. That is also a system working hand in hand to make us possible. The nervous system, respiratory system, okay? Parts. What are the example of a system? Society is actually made up of different parts. For society to be able to operate the way it operates, there are components, there are parts that works hand in hand, to make the people that do well or lives in the society to be able to live together, to be able to do everything that they do together, operate. It's because of the system that it has. What are the things that it has? Society, what does it have that makes up its system? Education. It has education. It has religion. All these things are the parts of its system. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to tell you that everything that you think you know, your behavior, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you move, your charisma, your personality, your character, everything that makes you you is because of the systems that you have passed through. And remember, for a system to be able to be successful, they need to work hand in hand. So whatever it is that their final result is meant to be, every component and every part is playing their roles to make sure that they produce what the overall system wants. We go through different educational systems, but if you notice, there is always a similarity in what we have been taught, especially based on your geography. So they teach you what they want you to know based on your geography, based on your demography. What they taught by generation is not what they are teaching the present generation. It is advancing, it is evolving, because the system is evolving. And for that reason, it is producing what it is meant to produce at every year, at every decade, every century, because of what the system. Okay, just stay with me. You understand at last. That's how I'm getting to. So everything that you have as your personality, as your character, your thoughts, the way you think, the way you see things, the way you're able to perceive things, it is happening because of the system that you pass through. Now, if you decide to take time and probably make some research and ask women born from the year this to year this, what are their common characteristics, like their general common characteristics, and you see it. If you decide to say, okay, people born, let's not just limit it to just women, let's say people born in this certain generation, what are their general common characteristics? It will come out. And if you go through it and probably ask physically people born in that particular generation, you're going to realize that they have almost like same similarities, because of the system wanted them to be like that, and it happened. Geography matters, demography matters, the present environment matters, religion, educational level, all these things are just part of what produce a certain human being. So you see, you of before, this was created because of the system that you had to pass through, that I have to pass through. Now, to be able to change your life, that is the foundation that you need, understanding the system. Once you understand the system, now you can change your life. Now you can become who you want to become. Because now you're going to now start to see how everything that you do in life, even the way you feel, the way you think, who you think you are, how you see the world, you're going to realize that you have been using the lens that was created for the general masses. You have been using the lens that was created just because they wanted to condition you, they wanted to program you to get a certain result. And that is why you are who you were, or you were who you were, or you are who you are. Maybe you are still that person and you still want to change. Like you want to change, but you are still the person. So for you to understand who you are, for you to understand the life that you're living, you need to understand that this is what the world did to you first. It's a word of system. You operate as a system. So this is it. It wants this result and it needs to have this result. For that reason, it has people in place. Let's not say people. It have parts of the systems in place. Religion, education, the government, economy, everywhere. It is trying to program you. It is working so hard to put you in a place so that they can get a particular result. So once you're able to understand that, now you can move into changing the system. Because once you understand the system, now you can reprogram the system to exactly what you want. So if this particular video clicks, it means that you have the key. It means that you understand, you know, what is happening. And now you can change what is happening to what you want to happen. Don't conclude that your life was already designed to be this way. No, your life was never designed to be in any way. You might have experienced the life, and for so long you think this is what it's meant to be. But trust me, it is happening because of the system. It is happening because of the system that you had to pass through. Your life is not designed to be a particular thing. It is not designed. Nobody have a steady goal. Not, let's say goal, sorry, that's the wrong word. Nobody have a steady future. Like, your future is not stamped. It can be changed. All you have to do is what? Rewire, reprogram, change the conditioning, and you will change the experience. So yeah, do you understand? This is where I want to stop. I don't want the video to be long. I don't want anybody to be in case you're really interested in watching, I don't want you to be you know, people see longer videos and they just get this ick. I want you to want to watch it. Do you understand what I'm saying? To change your life, you need to understand the world that you live in. Understand the system. Once you're able to understand the system, you can change it. Okay, thank you for watching.